Hi there guys, italiaautos here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. And behind me we have this GTV again, which was unfortunately crashed, and I thought personally it was beyond economical repair, but the customer is actually repairing it. So today we're going to get this front end off it and see if we can get it a little bit straighter. So as you recall, just give you a little bit of a reminder underneath it, it is a little bit bent in this corner here. So what I've got to do is I have got to drill through all these welds and try and get this front end off. The one thing that has been worrying me is how am I going to get in to drill those off down there. So that's going to be a bit of a struggle for me to find out that. Because believe it or not, I've never actually had to repair the front end of a GTV that's this bad before, so I've never actually had to remove that whole front panel complete. So it's going to be a nice little challenge for me on a Monday morning. It's going to be a lot of drilling, a lot of messing around, so it's probably going to be a nice little montage for you now until we can get that darn thing off. So after about half an hour and about 30 different welds, I've managed to undo the front panel from the car, and that's only one side, and that doesn't include all the bumper mounts and everything. So let's show you. So there we go, that's all loose. What I'm hoping with this side, as this side isn't that bent, I can straighten this part up here, put that back in a line, and then I haven't got to remove the rest of that down there, and that will make my life so much easier. I've still got to bend this part straight, but that shouldn't be too difficult. And now on to the fun part of this side.
Now I tell you what, I absolutely love doing accident repair videos and accident repairs in general, because it's so therapeutic taking something which is so mangled and everybody had written off as a pile of scrap and turning it into something which is pretty again. And as you can see by the end of this series, which I've already filmed as I'm editing this video together, that it does come together quite nicely, so do please tune in for the rest of the videos. Now the drill bits I'm using are just standard basic metal drill bits. You can buy specific drill bits for drilling out welds, but they're like 6 times the price of a normal drill bit and probably last just as long as a normal drill bit. So I do tend to just use these standard ones, which are a lot cheaper and they work just as well, as long as you don't overheat the drill bit while you're working. And this little tap did come in handy, just getting into the little crevices just to separate the welds, because sometimes when you're drilling through the welds they don't completely come apart, so you just need to tap through them to give yourself a little bit of breathing room to get that panel out.
So now that leaves us down to this bit here. It is actually a little bit loose, so hopefully it shouldn't take much to get this bit off. Now I've done a bit more digging. This leg is a little bit worse than I thought. Stripped everything off it now so I can see everything a little bit better. And let's show you. Down here, where unfortunately that's where the arch liner was, so I couldn't see how much that had kinked in. So what I think is going to be the best option is going to be cutting the wing off here and joining the donor front end. So I'm pretty sure I can just cut that off and weld it all on in one piece. The toughest bit is just making sure I cut right and line it up. For base the line that I've cut it off at on here, if I use that circle there as a line to guide me for lining it up, we should be able to get it pretty much bang on. So nerve-wracking time now. I have marked up that chassis leg now, so I need to cut that leg off. Hopefully I've done it right so it'll roughly line up. So let's get it done. Can only cut once. Well, there we go. We have a very rough cut and a very front end aligned to the car. Still, shed loads to do to get it all lined up properly, but it's been a good day's work. I've done more than I thought I would, to be honest, to get the new one offered up. It would be nice if I could tack it into place, but I've still got loads of measurements and stuff to do. So let's have a quick look. I've still got to make all that match there, so it's all going to be looking untidy. And the same here, it's still all out of position, but we're back in there, and it won't take much to get that looking straight and pretty again. So I've done a little bit more than I thought I would do today. I've got it all cut off, the other one offered up into position. I've pretty much spent the whole day doing this today. Right now, some people are going to say in the questions, why did I not remove the full leg and take the engine out and do it all perfect and as it should be from the factory? It comes down to budget at the end of the day. I mean, this customer's not going to be spending much more than $2.5 grand getting this car back on the road. And it's one hell of a lot of work. It's going to take me a solid week probably getting this thing back together. And that's why you have to cut a little bit of corners to get it back together again. If we'd have took that engine out and took all the ABS pump off and everything to get that chassis leg fully removed, we'd have probably been talking 4 or 5 grand to get this car repaired at the end of the day, and it's just not worth it. So we are doing this on a little bit more of a budget. The customer is aware of everything that's going on with it. I'm sending pictures, videos and everything. But unfortunately, yeah, just not enough budget to get this repaired to 100% original, but we're going to get it as damn close as we can by cutting that little bit of chassis leg there. So fingers crossed. So I'm sure you've got loads of questions. Please comment them down below and I'll get to them when I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.